Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, blogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments, vlogs such as
5 Minutes with the G,
the Straight Shootin View,
Coaching with JBK,
audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Podomatic, Spotify,
Mixcloud
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat,
the pitch is where we sleep,
and the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now and then. I can see you now.
Welcome to
the Straight Shootin View.
Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Straight Shootin LJA and welcome to another episode of the Straight Shootin View. Now, what I want to discuss today is ungrateful and fickle fans versus ambitious players. Now, we saw back at the beginning of the 2021-2022 season that Harry Kane was left out of the squad for the Spurs opening game against Man City due to rumours swirling about his future and a potential move to Man City, ironically. And ironically, Spurs actually won the game without him, which had people jumping the gun and asking some silly questions. And even led to a pretty moronic, in my view, chant towards Kane. But more on that shortly. Now, I can understand trying to send a message to a player that the grass may not be greener on the other side. But if a main player the fans love wants to leave, remember Fernando Torres for us in 2011, Liverpool. But some fans are really ungrateful. I mean, Spurs fans chanting, "Are you watching Harry Kane?" towards the end of the win against Man City was mockage, especially for a player who is Spurs through and through and has carried that bang average team for what, 5 seasons plus? I mean, do you really want to poke the hornet's nest of a guy who may not be sure if he wants to leave, even though he was absent from the City Spurs match? I mean, even after he committed his future to the club, it was all sunshine and lollipops again. But to me, that's fickle. Fickle as some fans turning on Jurgen Klopp and Trent Alexander-Arnold and even Alisson at some points in the 2020-2021 season. But oddly enough, Kane's form actually hasn't been the same this season, 2021-2022, as it has been previously. And we're over halfway through as I record this anyway. To me, it's very much similar to Arsenal fans turning on Aubameyang after how he's carried them for years. I mean, on an episode of 5 Minutes with the G about Arsenal's problems at the beginning of the season, a guy called Jay the Knowledge, he said that Aubameyang has forgotten how to find positions and is a passenger. But at that point, I said, remember, he carried Arsenal for the last 3 seasons. And last season, he just seemed fed up with that burden. And what's been happening with him throughout the 2021-2022 season, Aubameyang doesn't seem to care for Arsenal anymore. And Adebayor, he's been coming out shooting his mouth off too. But to me, these kind of fans and their fickle nature to me are hilariously moronic, as they want every player to be insanely loyal whilst they're happy to talk smack if someone has a few bad games or the player says he wants to leave and win trophies. And a club like Spurs, for instance, can't match that ambition. Nor can Arsenal when it comes to the very biggest trophies like the Premier League or the Champions League at the moment. Sorry, G-Man, I had to get that swiping. Staying on the same train of thought, though, I mean, look at Jack Grealish going to Man City. Some morons were burning Grealish shirts when they knew he was leaving. Which, that burning shirts thing has always been hilarious to me, because you spent money on those shirts and the club will not be reimbursing you. So you may as well have just burnt the £70 cash that you spent on the shirt. You may as well have. Most fans, though, do have the perception that players should be loyal to one club and never move, but they do forget that just like in a regular workplace, people want to move up the ladder. They want to earn more and win more accolades. And if you're in TV, you'd love to win a BAFTA. If you're in movies, you want to win an Oscar. If you're working in a supermarket, you may want to go from shop floor to supervisor to manager. And it's no different in football, as the common denominator here is ambition. Wanting to play for the best sides and wanting to win the biggest prizes each and every season and make the biggest impact with your career. And if you have a family, you want to take care of them. And I feel that that's a side people forget about as a footballer's career can be very short at times. I mean, look at guys who've had to retire due to injuries. Examples such as David Boost, Luke Nillis, Dean Ashton, among others. So you've got to get as much money as you can whilst you can, because tomorrow's not guaranteed in the game. I also do think, though, the era of the one club player is generally over and has been for a while, especially in the Premier League, where the biggest prizes are on offer, but generally for the biggest teams. Generally, because there are exceptions, Leicester. So with great players at your team, it's a case of enjoy them while they're there, because they definitely won't be around forever, and they may not even be around for as long as you want them to be. For me, that's the Jack, really. Because as I said, they may not be around as long as you even want them to be. So whilst they're there, don't be going booing them if they've got ambitions to do bigger and better things. Because at your job, do you want to be stuck in the same role for life? For life, like Hogan and the NWO? You want to be stuck in the same spot? Do you want to climb up the career ladder and earn more money? Do you want to potentially, if you're an actor or something like that, do you potentially want to earn awards? Of course you do. And I said it's no different in football. And one poor tackle, one like going over on your knee funny, and that could be your career done. So it's like you got to get what you can when you can. And at the end of the day, football is a business at the end of the day. That's another thing that people forget. It's a business. And these clubs are just as fickle as the fans. They literally are, where it's like, oh God, what, 200 million for him? Yeah, cool, take him. We don't care, take him. It's like they will just spend that on a bunch of other players. So it is one of them ones, man, where I think loyalty, just like respect, is a two-way street. But it's not always perceived that way. And the media don't help either. Whereas like, oh look, traitor, all this, all that, and they encourage it. But guess what? That's because they want to sell papers. That's because they want hits on the websites. It's sensationalism at its very basic level. Anyway, let me know your views. I want to know your views. Are there a lot of fickle fans out there? Do you think players should be one club players? Are contracts worth the paper they're written on? It's one of them ones. Aubameyang, Kane. What's wrong with them being ambitious and wanting to move on to other sides potentially, even direct rivals? Let me know your views. I have been Straight Shootin LJA, and www.pitch-talk.com is the official website. Everything Pitch Talk you can find there, including the RSS feed for our podcast. Also, you can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Podomatic. Also on Verbal, VURBL.com, at GetVerbal on Twitter. Tweet them and let them know that we sent you, because we are Verbal ambassadors and proud of it. Also, youtube.com/Pitch Talk is where you can find all of our videos, including our special feature segments, including our vlogs, such as 5 Minutes with the G, Coaching with JBK, the Straight Shootin View, and more, including JBK, his video diary from the 2021 FA Women's Cup final, and also Pitch Talk at the SAL Senior Challenge Cup final 2021. That was a lot of fun that day. Also, at Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we are up to. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. At Pitch Talk on Instagram. Check out vlog previews there and much more. And at Pitch Talk on Reddit as well. Wherever you are, we are too. So catch us on social media and join the conversations. I have been Straight Shootin LJA, and until next time, thank you for joining me on the Straight Shootin View. Take it easy, people.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution.
Check out the official Pitch Talk website.
www.pitch-talk.com